Brand new week, and thanks so much for tuning into the trade setup with me, Niraj Shah. Let's take stock of what the world markets are likely to do today and what are they indicating. And of course, by the way, did you know that the BSE SME IPO index has soared 65 times in the last 5 years? That's the kind of euphoria that has enveloped the SME stocks. It's come off a little bit in the recent times, but be that as it may, very interesting date statistic. Okay, global news flow. Dow jumped 400 points to record close on Friday. S&P 500 ended above the 5,800 zones for the first time. Asia is mixed today, by the way, but largely in the green, at least the early risers. Boeing has delayed the deliveries of some airplanes and will cut about 17,000 jobs. So that problem isn't going away. Aviation bulls in India, beware of delivery timelines. SpaceX has captured the booster rocket in a step towards Musk's Mars dream. This is a big global development. I'm pretty excited about it. I'm excited about a lot of things that this guy does, really, to be honest. Good to observe how he's thinking. And China has announced a few measures without any formal amounts, and I'll talk about that in a moment. But quickly, US markets ended in the green. Dow futures are flattish currently. Asia's, like I said, it's mixed. So you could argue that Shanghai is flattish and Hang Seng is down, but ASX, like I said, was up in the green. A couple of fertilizers were in the green. Our market should be a flattish start. Yep, that is it. Just about 23 odd points, could go anywhere. So, you know, what's the trade setup therefore for the day looking like? I think the index, the Nifty, sustain above that immediate support of 2900. Remember now, 2900 is also a level wherein there's serious put writing that has happened. So the index is kind of observed that support, which has been a good sign. Even 2 days on a trot ended about these levels, but 25,000 seems to also be a point of resistance, really. So we've been talking about how a narrow 500 band, now within that there's a very narrow trading range for the last 2 days observed. Let's see if we kind of break out around this. So there could, for the day trader, there could be some immediate moves there. A lot of talk about whether the Hyundai IPO will absorb or take out too much of liquidity from the secondary markets. My guess is no. It could turn out to be a decent IPO, but it will not be the swashbuckling subscription that we've seen in the recent past and a lot of other IPOs. Also, the size matters. But I'm just making a point that I don't think it will lead to a very large liquidity shortage in the secondary markets. And metal stocks, it won't be like to be hit, maybe could be hit. I rephrase here, because there's a lack of concrete measures from China, and more importantly, some of the metal stocks rallied quite significantly in Friday's trade. If you just look at what happened to all of these names, like look at the Friday move, Hindalco, Nalco, NMDC, SAIL, all of these had a big spurt in Friday's session, anticipating concrete China's moves. Now that hasn't happened, but metal futures have opened higher in today's session. I just had a note from somebody which said that, yep, most commodity futures have opened positive in China on Monday. So therefore, that is to be kept in mind, that maybe the falls may not be as steep. Also, the opinion around whether this China press conference on Saturday was a damn squib or a positive one is mixed as well. So I would have otherwise thought that these were blanket short possibilities, but maybe they could be hit, not necessarily will be hit. So keep that in mind. Okay, what about specific pockets? I think 3 earnings in focus today include Reliance, HCL Tech and Angel One. And HCL Tech in particular will be important coming after TCS as they are. So watch out for this one. All right, what about stocks to watch? I think Indoco Remedies could take a bit of a slam dunk. US FDA has classified the facility as official action initiated post-July inspection. The inspection was done in July. Now this has happened. The facility has significant compliance issues, and the FDA may take regulatory or enforcement action until issues are resolved. To be fair to the company, they released all of this themselves, as they have to and as they should, as part of corporate governance. But the stock will take a hit today, so bear this in mind. HMA Agro Industries, the production at the UP unit has been temporarily stopped following inspection by local authorities. Maybe this mid-cap or small-cap stock takes a bit of a hit as well. Avenue Supermarts could be considered a bit of a miss, really. Revenues are up 14%, but the EBITDA margin at 7.6 versus 8%, PAT up 5.8% at 659 versus 623 crores. Relative to estimates, a bit of a miss, really, and I think Jefferies' note puts it out very well. Citi as a sell, by the way, Jefferies as a whole. Their hold with the target price cut to 4,400 from 4,600 earlier. They say that the LFL growth moderated to a multi-quarter low, and the revenue growth slipped, and the EBITDA growth was even lower on cost inflation. Cost included employee costs as well. So therein lies a problem. And Jefferies makes the interesting point that on a standalone basis, 22% growth is good, but it's a weak growth compared to quick commerce growth that is being seen as well. Maybe a bit of a hit for Avenue Supermarts today. It's a difficult stock to trade, by the way, keep in mind. I mean, you can't anyways trade on the short side, but on the long side also it becomes difficult stock to trade. But I suspect that it will have a bit of a hit today. So watch out for this one. Sula Vineyard should have a bit of a hit. Look at the quarterly update. Hardly anything there. Net revenue, 1.3%. In fact, the own brand revenue grew by just 0.3%. Wine tourism, 1.2 or 1.3. What is the number? 1.3%. Not a good number. I would reckon that this one too could take some bit of a punishment. Network 18, great sports franchise now that they've created, but the numbers are not showing, and it was up 7% in Friday's session. Revenue from ops at 1825 versus 1865. Here it's stable, by the way. So there is not a problem. But there is a loss at 152 crores versus 119 crores. So suspect that maybe the Network 18 TV18 twins could come out to be a bit of a hit. Now, the positives. Wipro, board meet on October 17 to consider a bonus issue. Watch out for this one. It's the first bonus issue meet after 2019. Maybe, just maybe, this one could take a leg up. Remember, IT companies are high dividend paying companies, and therefore bonus is a lot more relevant here in terms of positive news flow. I would reckon Wipro could react positively. JSW Energy has signed an energy storage facility agreement with MSAD for procurement of 1500 megawatt and 12,000 megawatt per hour of pumped hydro energy storage. Should be construed positively for JSW Energy. So watch out for this one as well. GSFC has commissioned manufacturing operations at a new plant at Vadodara, 6,600 MTPA facility. Maybe the stock reacts positively. Order wins for Ashoka Buildcon and PNC Infratech. So watch out for both of these stocks. Could react positively, both of these. And Adani Green updates came out. I think the MK note lays it out. They've retained a buy and a target price of 2,550 rather. The operational renewable energy capacity of 11.2 gigawatts at the end of September 2024 is a positive. It's a large addition added. Renewable capacity CAGR, MK believes is 30% from FY24 to 30 for Adani Green, and they see a 39% EBITDA and a 61 PAT CAGR opportunity over the next 6 years. So do watch out for this one. Motilal Oswal has a note on Avalon Technologies, so that could be construed positively as well. And most brokerages are very constructive on the life insurance data that came out on Friday. So therefore, watch out for life insurance stocks. Those two could react positively, so watch out for them. Thanks so much for tuning into the Trade Setup.